Okay, last time we learned about what a matrix is. This time let's actually work with some matrices. So, right here in this example, I have a random matrix, which if I look at it, it's just 1, 2, 3 stacked on each other. You can see the numbers right there. Now, what I want to do is I want to steal a row or a column from that. So when I type in a random matrix, 1, colon, it's going there and then it steals part of it. If you look over here at row thief, 1, 2, 3. So what did I do? Well, the 1 right here, that is saying I want only the first row. The colon right here says I want all of that row, every single bit of it. So when I did this again, I said a random matrix 2, colon. That gave me 4, 5, and 6. And that's the second row. So I'm saying I want the second row, and then the colon says I want all of it. Finally, the column bandit is stealing a column, and so I say I want all the rows, but I only want the second column. And there are a lot of ways you can deal with that. For example, I'm going to add some in here. I'm going to call this test, just because it doesn't matter. I'm going to make that equal to, actually I won't do it in here. I'll do it in this bottom right here. So we're going to type in test is equal to magic 10. It's a huge thing. It's a huge matrix. And I can then take a small section of that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take only the first, the second, and the 5th through 10th columns. And the first, the second, actually we'll say the second, the third, and the 4th through 6th column. Okay? So I'll do that. 2nd through 6th columns, and 1st, 2nd, and 5th through 10th. Okay, 1st, 2nd, and 5th through 10th columns, and 2nd through 6th rows. There we go. To the right. So how I do that? Well, I would say test. And then here's something special. If you're doing a really crazy selection like this, you're not just doing things in order. You want to break things up and use brackets. So I'm going to use brackets, comma, bracket. Whatever numbers I put inside of this bracket is going to be for the row. What I put inside this bracket is going to be for the column. So I'm going to do that now. So I wanted the first, we say the 2nd through 6th rows. So 2 colon 6 gives me all the numbers between 2 and 6. And I wanted the 1st, 2nd, and then 5th through 10th. As note, that colon right there says everything between 5 and 10. I hit enter. What did it do? It stole out all the values that were in these rows and these columns, wherever it intersected. So looking at this first guy right here, 98, that would be in the second row, first column. There it is. This guy right here, that would be in the, let me make sure I do this right, second row, second column. There it is. And then the 16 will be in the second row, 5th column. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it works. So in all of those things, you can get what you're looking for. So I have a lot of abilities to move things around and do it. Now let's turn to a life of crime. How did it get this way? Things were going so well. It's horrible. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to steal the middle row, and then we're going to steal the middle column. We're going to put them here and here. How do I do that? Well, I'm taking them from priceless gems. Why do I name things silly? I hope it makes it more fun for you to go through, just in all honesty. Okay, now I want to steal the second row. So second row, I use a colon to say I want all of it. I'm going to go to the stolen column, priceless gems, okay. And I want all the rows, but just the second column. It's always in that order. And then I want to add those two together. So I'm going to take stolen row and add it to stolen column. As a note, MATLAB is case sensitive, so be very careful with this that you have it added properly. Okay, that looks good to me. I'm going to run this section and see what I get. So stolen row, 4, 5, 6. That's the middle one. Nice. Stolen column, 2, 5, 8. Okay, second, second, second. We're good there. Added together, though, looks really, really weird. Look at this. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Where did all that come from? You probably think it would just be adding where it intersected. It doesn't. It doesn't do that. So what it's doing here is it's doing matrix addition, which is simply saying that I'm adding each value in this vector to each value in this vector. So I do 4 plus 2, 6, 5 plus 2, 7, 6 plus 2, 8, and I do the second one. 4 plus 5, 9, 5 plus 5, 10, 6 plus 5, 11, all the way down. So be very careful as you're working with these things. If you don't know how something adds together or subtracts from each other or multiplies or divides, and how it's going to act, try it with a test column where you know what you expect to happen and see if it matches what you expect to happen. Because if it's doing something completely different, you're going to have a bad time. Okay, we'll go ahead and do one little extra section here, reshaping matrices. So there are lots of ways of making matrices. So like right here, magic 4, 1s 4, 0s 4. Magic simply gives me semi-random numbers. It's honestly the same numbers every single time. It's using a function to do that. So when I say magic 4, it's never going to be more than 16. Magic 10, it won't be more than 100, things like that. But it's always in the same places. So if I do magic 4 again, I'll get the same magic 4. But it's a 4x4 matrix. 1s, a 4x4 matrix filled with 1s. 0s, a 4x4 matrix filled with 0s. Why would I do this? Well, when you're actually doing like CFD work, you often want your data to take the same shape as what you're going through. So for example, I've got a random piece of paper right here. This is longer than it is tall. And so I probably want my data to have more columns and less rows so that I can match the numbers to what I'm looking at physically as much as I can. Now, if I have something crazy like an airfoil or something, it's not going to be working all that nicely. But when you can, it's good to try to match it. So what you might want to do is make something with 100 columns and 20 rows. And you can do that by typing it out manually. And you're going to just be really in a lot of pain. Or you can use this function to do that for you. You can get something that has the same number of elements, and then you can reshape it. That's the key detail here. We're going to learn how to reshape a matrix. So let's go down here. So like right here, I've got a starter matrix called Magic 4. It's a 4x4 matrix. It's got 16 elements. And so I can then reshape that into an 8 row and 2 column matrix, which also has 8 times 2 is 16. They have to have the same number. If I tried 5, 3, it wouldn't have worked. That's 15 elements. It can't do that. Okay, so let's go on down here, and we're going to reshape this one. I've already got it here done. No, that's okay. I was doing this with my students earlier, but I'll go ahead and do it with you. So we're going to make a 10 by 10 array of 1s. That's easy to type in 1s, 10. And then we're going to reshape this to be 5 columns wide and 20 rows deep. Reshape. I give the name of the column, or the original matrix, which is starter. And then I put this right here. And it want to be 20 rows deep, so 20 first, then 5. As note, it's always row, then column, not the other way around. Row, and then column. Okay, so if I do this, I'm going to go ahead and run it. It should run fine, because it ran fine earlier. Run the section. And it did. I've got this 10 by 10 matrix. And if I look at this guy right here, shorts. Why is it shorts? Do you have this in the size? I'm being stupid. It's okay. You can make fun of me. I'm going to go over here and open it up so I can see it. There it is. And what I see is I've got 20 rows and only 5 columns. It worked out fine. Nice. Okay. Well, we're going to stop there for now. Hopefully you learned something about how to make a matrix, how to reshape it, and some of the reasons why you would do that. And next time, simple numerical methods. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye.